Welcome back to the class, guys, and I hope you guys are doing pretty good. So we are in the logic building module, and today also we will be solving a very interesting interview question. The question over here is rod cutting. Okay, that's the question over here. We are supposed to talk about a rod cutting problem. This particular question was asked recently to one of the student from the SDET masterclass. So I believe that if you are giving SDET interviews, chances of you getting this particular question is pretty high. And you want to make sure that you are practicing all the questions which we have kept in the logic building module. All right. Now, over here, the problem statement is something like this. You are given an array of n metal rods. Okay. In each round, perform the following step. We are supposed to count how many rods are currently present. Okay. We are supposed to find, or we are supposed to count how many rods are currently present, identify the shortest rod length, discard all the rods that have the shortest length. Okay. Subtract the shortest length from each remaining rod. So it's more like some operations that we are supposed to do from an array of n metal rod length. So over here, guys, if you look carefully, we have an input something like this: 1 1 3 4, 1 1 3 4. The output should be 4 to 1. So what it is telling us, ki Baba, first count how many rods are currently present. When we are not doing any operation, how many elements are there inside this particular array? 4. Okay. Then we are supposed to identify the shortest rod. What is the shortest rod? 1. So if 1 is present inside this particular stuff, we are supposed to discard it. Okay, we are supposed to remove it. As well as we are supposed to subtract the shortest length from each remaining rod. What is the shortest length over here right now? 1. 1 is the smallest value, right? So over here, 3 and 4. Subtract 1 from it. It is going to become 2 and 3. Perfect. So in the first iteration, okay, of all these operations, there are 4 rods. The shortest is 1. Okay. And after we have discarded the shortest rod and we have subtracted the shortest length from the remaining rods, the array should be having 2, 3. We are supposed to repeat until no rods are left. Return an array where each element represents the number of rods at the start of each round. Are you getting the point? So in the round 2, guys, what is going to happen? Let's scroll a little bit down. We have 2, 3. What is the shortest one? 2. The total number of rods, which are 2, right? So over here, if you notice, for the second iteration, the total number of rods will be present is going to be 2. So this 2 should be added in the output. The shortest is 2. So you are going to first discard 2. Okay. So 2 needs to be discarded. Okay. And then you will be subtracting 2 from the remaining element. 3 minus 2 is what? 1. So array is going to have 1 inside it. Then we are going to repeat it again because we still have 1 element over here. So rod present 1. 1. Okay. The shortest is 1. 1 minus 1, 0. And after the round 3, there is going to be 0 elements present over here. Okay. You're supposed to discard that 1. Are you getting the point? So this is what the interviewer wants us to do. It's a very simple problem, but it requires a lot of manipulation. So that's something that we will be doing. Now, this particular program, you and I, we both will be writing together. Okay. So the way I want to approach this particular problem over here for today is we will be writing the code and we will be understanding it off. Okay. So the first thing, what we will be doing is we will be creating a class. Let's call this particular class as rod cutting solution. Quickly create this particular class at your end, guys. All right. The next thing, we are going to have an array. So array of rod, okay, and it is going to have some elements, which is going to be 1, 1, 3, 4, if I am not wrong, right? Let's go back and check. The array is 1, 1, 3, 4. Perfect. Now, see guys, we will be needing the shortest element. The shortest element. Luckily for us, the array is already in the ascending order. But if the array was not in ascending order, we are going to sort it. Why we will be sorting it? Because if we sort it, the shortest or the smallest value is going to be on the 0th index. Yes or no? Right? The shortest value, the smallest value is going to be on the 0th index. And that's what we want. We want one place where we are able to see the smallest value. Okay. Luckily for us, the array is sorted. But if the array was not sorted, it's your job to first sort it. Okay. So I'm just going to pass this chap and the array will be sorted. Next, because we will be doing a lot of manipulation in this particular program, okay, it's better that we use an array list, okay, instead of directly operating on the array, okay. So what I want you guys to do is, I want you guys to create an array list of integer, and inside that array list of integer, you add all these values. Can you do that? Pause this particular video, quickly do it. Before we continue, guys, if you really like this particular video, you should definitely check out the YouTube Tech with Jatin membership. For a price less than 100 rupees a month, you're going to find detailed videos like this. Along with that, you're going to find exclusive contents that you're not going to find anywhere over the internet. And it is going to really help you out for preparing for your SDET interviews. So I hope you enjoyed the YouTube Tech with Jatin membership. I'm going to see you guys over there. Let's continue with this lecture. Okay, I hope you have done it. If not, just observe over here. I said you're going to create an array list of integer. Okay, let's call this as the rod list now, equal to new array list. And then I'm going to say for, okay, int rod, and we're going to get the values from this array rods. What we will be doing, we will just add it inside the list. Okay, this is going to be done. Perfect. So, if I just print the rod list for you guys, you will notice we have the same stuff over here, 1, 1, 3, 4. So, whatever the values which was there in the array, I have stored it inside a array list. Clear? Now comes the main logic. We will keep on doing it. See what we want over here. We have 1, 1, 3, 4. In the first iteration, find the smallest, discard the smallest. Okay. You are supposed to discard the smallest. So over here, we are going to not have 1, 1. And from the remaining elements, we are going to subtract 1 because 1 was the smallest. So this is going to become 2, 3. Then in the next iteration, we are supposed to again find the smallest, which is 2. We are supposed to discard it, but also we are supposed to subtract it from the remaining element, 3 minus 2, which is going to be 1. Then we are supposed to find the smallest, discard the smallest. We are supposed to keep on doing something till this array or this array list is going to become empty. Are you getting the point? We are supposed to keep on repeating something again and again till the point the list becomes empty. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have a while loop over here. While rod list dot is empty. That's the reason I was supposed to use a list over here, because I have this method rod list dot is empty. It can tell whether the list is empty or not. So while the list is not empty, Okay, it is not empty. I'm gonna supposed to do something. I'm supposed to do something. What I'm supposed to do? See, the first thing is over here, we are supposed to print the total number of elements. This is going to be 4. Okay. What is 4? 4 is basically the length of the list. Now, what is 2? 2 is the length of the list. What is 1 over here? 1 indicates the length of that particular list after every operation. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply say system.out.println, system.out.println, rod list dot size. Perfect. Now, over here, once we have printed the list size over here, the next thing what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to calculate the shortest. Okay. Shortest is going to be what? It is very simple, very simple. Whatever the element which is there on the 0th index will be the shortest, because we are sorting it off. So the elements will be arranged in the ascending order, right? It's going to be always arranged in the ascending order. So over here, I'm going to say rod list dot get me the element which is there on the 0th index. We needed the shortest. Okay. So for the first iteration, we will be getting 1. Okay. Now, what we will be doing now, we will be having another list. Now I'm going to create another list. This is going to be called as list of, not list. I'm going to call this as array list. Okay. Of integer next equal to new array list. The reason I'm going to create this particular stuff is because, see, we will be doing some manipulation, right? So that manipulation, guys, we will be doing it on this chap, the rod list. Okay, we're going to get the values from the rod list. We do some manipulation and we will be storing it inside the next. So it's going to look something like this now. The first thing is, inside this particular while loop, okay, we have what all things? We have the rod list size which is getting printed. We know the shortest, okay, and we have calculated the, we have this array list of next, okay. Now, from the rod list, one by one, you give me the element. One by one, you give me individual rod. What I am supposed to do is, I am supposed to check if the rod is equal to the shortest. Then I am supposed to discard it. Let's not write something away. I'm just going to say discard it. Okay. Because we are supposed to remove 1. Right. So over here in the next iteration, 1 is not going to be available over here. So these 2 elements will be removed. If rod is going to be equal to the shortest, first time I'm going to get 1, discard it. Second time I'm going to get 1, discard it. Then I'm going to get 3. What I'm supposed to do with 3? With 3, I'm supposed to subtract 1. So I'm going to say else, if the rod is not equal to the shortest, you are going to subtract rod minus the shortest. So this is going to be 3 minus 1, right? Because the next element is going to be 3 minus 1, we are going to get 2. But what I'm supposed to do of this particular stuff, we are going to store it inside this next dot add this. Okay. This is going to be rod minus the shortest. Alrighty. Now, once this is done now, guys, outside the for each loop, outside this for each loop, what you're going to do is you're just going to update your rod list with next. Alright. So we just want to focus on the elements which are present in the new list, the next list over here. Okay. And we're done. That's it. So if I'm going to save this, I'm going to click on the play button. What is the output? 4, 2, 1. Right? 4, 2, 1. Now you guys go back to the document. You'll see that they want us the output to be in a form of an array. Okay. That is also pretty simple. What you do is, when you are creating your rod list. After that, you create another list, which I'm going to call this as result equal to new array list. Okay. Take this particular list, okay, the result one. And instead of printing this, I'm simply going to say result.add rod list.size. Put this over here. Remove this. Control Shift F. Let's put a semicolon. And outside the while loop, I'm simply going to say result, because that's what we want. If I'm going to click on the play button, 4, 2, 1. Is this part clear to everyone? It's a very simple program, guys. Okay, let's zoom out over here. This is the code that we have written. Now, let me just explain you how exactly this code works. Okay, observe carefully. So, we have an array, okay. We have an array over here which is 1, 1, 3, 4. Let's create an array 1, 1, 3, 4. The next thing what we are doing is we are sorting this particular array. Luckily, the array is already sorted. So, since it's sorted, okay, but we are still doing the sorting again, you're going to get 1, 1, 3, 4. Are you getting the point? Then what we have two lists, rod list and result. Okay. So, over here, this is going to be my rod list. Somewhere down the lane, I'm going to create result. Okay. And we also have one more list, which is the next one, which I'm going to keep it over here. The next is this. Okay. Help me out over here. Now, over here, we have a loop for, this is the for each loop, for int rod, and one by one from the rods array, I'm going to get all the values and we will be adding it into our rod list. So, I'm going to get 1, okay, the first value, I'm going to put it inside the rod list. Then I'm going to get again the 1, I'm going to put it off over here. Then I'm going to get 3, 3 is going to be added. Then I'm going to get 4, 4 will be added, and this is how your rod list is going to get initialized. So, this for each loop which I have written over here now, guys, the job over here is pretty simple. Its job is to just do the initialization of the list. Okay. Then we are just printing it off, and because we are printing it off, the output will be something like 1, 1, 3, 4. Okay. Pretty simple. Now, while rod list is not empty, I've written over here is empty, but there's a not, so I read it like this. Rod list is not empty. Now, the only reason I'm using a list over here is because I wanted to use these methods, is empty. Okay. Now, is the rod list empty? Is the rod list empty? No, it has something inside it. Okay. It has something inside it. So, because it is having something inside it, we are going to go inside this particular while loop. We are looking at the first statement, result.add rod list.size. So, inside the result, we are supposed to add what? Rod list.size. What is the size over here? What is the size over here? The size is 4. 4 will be added into your result. Are you getting the point? Then we are calculating the shortest. Shortest is rod list.get of 0. Because we have sorted the array, because we have this entire list now in the sorted format, what is going to happen? The element which is going to be there on the 0th index is going to be the shortest value. So, I'm calculating the shortest. So, I'm going to have another variable called shortest, and inside shortest, I'm going to keep the shortest value, which is 1. Right? Because that is there on the 0th index. Perfect. Then we have created this next. Okay. Now, what we are going to do over here is from the rod list, okay, one by one I'm going to get the values, okay, one by one I'm going to get the values, and I'm going to check something. So, first I'm going to get 1, the first value which is there inside the rod list. Is 1 equal to shortest? Shortest is also 1. Is 1 equal to shortest? The first value which I am getting from the list, is it the shortest value? Yes, it is. So, discard. Don't use it. Ignore it. Next, we are going to get the next value, which is 1. Is 1 the shortest value? Yes. 1 equal to 1. Condition is true. Discard it. We are not going to use it. Then I'm going to get the next value, 3. 3 equal to shortest. Shortest is 1. Is 3 equal to 1? No, 3 is not equal to 1. 3 is greater than 1, right? Now, because 3 is greater than 1, of course, we're going to go in the else block. We're going to go in the else block. And we are going to add something inside the next. Next. We're going to add something over here. What we will be adding? Rod 3 minus the shortest 2. Okay. 3 minus 1, 2. 2 is going to be added over here. Perfect. This is still your for each loop. Then I'm going to get another value, 4. Is 4 equal to shortest? No, it is not. So we are going to do something. What? We are going to add something in the next. We are going to add something in the next. What we are going to add? We are going to add 4 minus 1, 3. So we are going to get 2 and 3 in the next. Are you getting the point? Now, the iteration of the entire rod list has been done. Java is going to go to this particular line. Rod list is going to get updated with next. What is next having 2, 3? Rod list is what is a reference variable. Na? So instead of focusing on this particular list, it's going to start focusing on 2 and 3. So rod list technically now is going to be pointing to 2 and 3. Are you getting the point? It's going to point to 2 and 3. And the story continues. What is going to happen? Look carefully. We are going to check again. Is the rod list empty? No, it is not empty. There is something inside the rod list. Yeah, we have 2 elements. Result.add rod list.size. What is the size over here of this particular rod list? 2. 2 will be added. Right? Then we are going to get the shortest. What is the shortest over here? 2 is the shortest. Okay. Then we are going to have another next getting created over here. This old one is technically going to get discarded over here. We are going to get a new next. Okay. And from the rod list, I'm going to get the value. First, I'm going to get 2. Okay. But before that, obviously the short needs to be updated. I missed this particular line. So this is going to become 2. So I'm going to check if 2 equal to shortest. Shortest is 2. What I'm supposed to do, discard it. Don't use it. I'm going to get the next value 3. Is 3 equal to 2? No, it is not. You're going to go in the else block. Next dot add rod minus shortest. Rod is 3. What is shortest? 2. 1 will be added over here. Okay. We have traversed the entire rod list. We are going to go to this particular stuff. Rod list equal to next. So now your rod list is again going to get updated. It's going to start pointing to this particular list. So it's going to have 1. Okay. I hope this part makes sense now. Story continues. Rod list is empty. No, it has one element over here, 1. Then result.add rod list.size. What is the size? 1. 1 is going to get added over here. Okay. You're going to calculate the shortest. Shortest is what? Whatever the element which is there on the 0th index. Right now we have 1. Okay. Next is going to be created. Next is going to be created over here. From rod list, I'm going to get the value 1. Is 1 equal to shortest? Yes. Discard it. Don't use it. You'll never go into the else block. Rod list is going to be updated. Rod list is going to become empty. Is rod list empty now? Yes. Okay. So this empty is going to return me true. What is not of true? False. Because this particular condition became false, Java is not going to execute it. It's going to directly go to the sysout and you're going to get 4 to 1 printed on your console. All right. So this is the logic of this particular program. Okay. I wanted to keep it very simple. There's again another way using which you can solve this one. But I believe for your interviews, I think you will be able to remember this particular approach. Okay. I will definitely solve it with a second approach also. But please remember, you first practice this with this one. Then I'll want to show you the next one, which is more optimized, a little bit better. But anyways, this is what it is. So practice it off pretty well. So that's it for this particular class, guys. Thank you so much for your time. And in case of any doubts and queries, you know where to reach out to me. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.